The bowling competition held earlier was as good as we've ever seen in the Superstars, and so was the fun. Tom Sneva's daughter, Amanda, found some help from a big man, Bill Berge. Dave Casper, a la John Wayne, didn't compete in the bowling, but he had his hand full. Bob Beeman's two-game total of 294 was good enough to give him a fifth-place finish. Now watch Bob grimace from a pulled muscle in his right leg right after he releases the ball. A tough Superstars competition for Bob Beeman. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, protected from the sun, David continued to enjoy the sights. Gregg Pruett rolled a two-game total of 307. That earned fourth place for him in the bowling and gave him a great lift in the competition overall. Ah, yes, the tonsils needed continuous tickling. Big Deacon Jones fell only 9 pins short in his two-game total of missing the finals in the competition. The ball looking like a tennis ball in those big hands. With a grin larger than the brim of his hat, Dave Casper continued to watch the action. But it all came down to Ron Say and Wayne Grimnitch in the finals. Wayne's two-game total, a Superstars record. And what of Dave Casper? Reggie, talk to him.
This, with me, is the National Football League's version of the Midnight Cowboy. David, you're still in the competition. We have a few more events to go, and it looks like you've been in the refreshments already.
I'll tell you, on the truth, during the season, I can't drink beer. And even after the season, I can't drink too much because I got this weight problem, you know. But when I get in a bowling alley, it's from when I was a kid. I love to see a little beer in my... And plus, I'm supplying everybody here with the beer they need. I mean, I got it here backlogged. I've made 4 trips already for everybody. And keeping a little bit of refreshment around, trying to keep everybody a little... Some people here won't drink. I mean, they're really uptight and they want to win. I guess what you all want to win, but... beer never hurt anybody, did it?
One of the game's great tight ends, David Casper. Let's go back and look at the finals. It was a thriller. Ron Say against Wayne Grimnitch. Grimnitch is 56 through 4 with the spare up in the 5th. Say is 47 through 5. He opened in the 5th. Here's Say in the 6th frame. And whammo! Say picked up the strike in the 6th frame. And you think little brother Doug wasn't proud of big brother Ron? Now Wayne Grimnitch, the serious one. Here he was in the 6th frame. This entire bowling match seemed to build throughout the entire match between the two. And you're going to see why. Grimnitch, cross hit for a strike in the 6th frame. That gave him 76 through 5. Now Wayne in the 7th frame. And oh, so close. Sister Lynn approves. Now, this was Wayne's second ball in the 7th frame. And it was beginning to tighten up. At that point, Wayne Grimnitch missed. That gave him 104 through 7 with an open in the 7th. And that brought up Ron Say in the 7th frame. Say was hot. Came up with the strike in the 7th. And as he did, Bruce Denner talked with Wayne Grimnitch.
That seems to closen things up a little bit. He got a big strike there.
Yeah, we're staying real close, but, you know, the best thing about this bowling is you don't get out of breath.
That's true. It is one of the easier events. You know, I was over here the other day with you when you were practicing. You bowled at 245, and today it seems like you're
choking.
tightening.
Is that what you were
I didn't want to say it.
Oh, well, I said it for you anyway. Yeah, I'm not bowling very well today. I'm a little tight, and just a little tight. You know, I don't seem to be able to loosen up there, so I'm just trying to concentrate a little bit harder, and we'll see how things go.
And as Bruce and Wayne talked, you saw Ron Say get 9 pins. I gave him 76 through 6. The second ball picked up the spare, giving him 96 through 7 with a spare up in the 8th. And that brought up Wayne Grimnitch. There's Len Grimnitch and Doug Say. That brought up Grimnitch in the 8th frame. And on Grimnitch's first ball, he got 7 pins. And then Ron Say talked with Reggie.
Well, I would say it's about time, old baseball player, that you got it going, that's for sure. You're starting to strike out now, which you're comfortable with.
Well, thank you very much. I know that you've always had more than I have, so I'm not worried about that. No, I think we're certainly Wayne has more to lose than I do. He's battling for the championship of the Superstars, and I think it's probably affected him a little bit. But he's been doing he's got a nice game going. I gave it to him early, and he's had a few problems, but I think he'll probably do okay.
Grimnitch is spare in the 8th and strike in the 9th. Right here, gave him a 124 through 8 with a potential 184 should he strike out. And a visiting quarterback, James Harris, was on hand watching the competition. Ron Say came up in the 9th frame. Whammo! Another strike for Ron Say. Now that gave him a potential of 176 should he be able to strike out. Now let's watch what happened. Whammo again. And that really put the pressure on Wayne Grimditch. A Superstars title on the line. He was one of the favorites. Another one for Ron Say. And the gallery was almost in as much disbelief as Ron Say was as Wayne Grimditch began to see the 10 points for a victory going right out the window. How about that? And the little man who so loves the pressure struck out getting a 176, and he talked with Reggie again.
Is that all right, Chief? Yes, it is. I will say that you even have a Yankee that will shake your hand there. Super job.
What did I do? Strike 6 out of 7? I got to be out of my mind, right?
Wayne Grimditch then came up in the 10th. It wasn't over because he needed 2 strikes and a count, and he still could beat Ron Say. But no way. Wayne Grimditch pulling left, finished with a 150. Ron Say a 176. And the little cleanup man for the Los Angeles Dodgers cleaned up to the tune of 10 points in the bowling competition. Look at that beautiful stroke. The overall standings after 7 events, Grimditch on top over Gregg Pruett. Dwight Stones is 3rd, followed by Dave Casper, and it is oh so tight.